How to answer situational questions in a job interview. Welcome to BPO 101 Career Guide, episode 34. Situational questions are usually asked during final interview to measure the level of decision making and critical thinking of the applicants. These two skills are very important in dealing with customers' concerns and complaints on a daily basis in the BPO industry. So, what's the best way of answering situational questions during a job interview? I highly recommend to use the format STAR. STAR. The STAR method is an interview technique or a format that you can use to tell a story by laying down a situation, task, action, and result. S stands for situation. Set the scene and give the necessary details of your example. T means task. Describe what your responsibility was in that situation. A means action. Describe what are the steps that you have taken to address the situation. Lastly, R means result. What are the outcome or the result of the actions you have taken? Again, STAR. Let's go. Let's start. Let's start with a situational question for a newbie and use the STAR method to answer the question. Having no experience in the corporate world yet, have you ever encountered any difficult situations in life that required you to think of a resolution? If yes, what is it and how did you resolve it? A few months ago, before my graduation in college, I was trying to complete 2 project requirements that need to be accomplished on the same week. I was also a little tight with my finances during that time, so I was really about to give up and let go of one of the projects and thought of not graduating anymore. I was supposed to complete a research paper for one of the subjects and defend it to my professor. At the same time, the other subject required me to travel to a nearby town to get the resources needed, but I did not have enough finances to do so. I was almost cramming during that time and was almost losing hope. What I did was talk to my professors if I can extend the deadline and explain my real situation. I also confided with my parents who at that time were also concerned with my situation. I sat down and prioritized the research paper since it was the easier to complete during that time because it did not require me to travel. Thankfully, my other professor extended the deadline for the other project. While completing my research paper, I started doing my sideline jobs to earn money, and my parents also helped me. We were able to finally gather enough money for me to travel and get the resources. To cut the story short, I was able to complete my research paper, got the resources for my other project, and submitted the week after, just before the extended deadline. I was very thankful to my professor and my ever-supportive parents for all the help they gave. I was able to graduate, and that is why I'm here, trying to start my career in the BPO industry. Now, let's give an example for a tenured BPO employee. Tell me about a difficult situation that you encountered with a customer on the phone, and how did you arrive to a solution? I had this irate customer who was crying and shouting on the phone because she was very upset that her bills piled up and her internet connection was disconnected due to non-payment. She was telling me that she was not able to pay her bills because she was out of the house guarding her husband for the last 2 months in the hospital. He just recently passed away. She said that she called a week before to extend the due date and asked for a consideration because of her situation, and someone promised to do so, but to her surprise, when she came home, the internet is down. Knowing how upset and devastated she was, I carefully empathized with her situation and assured her that I was willing to help her. I checked the notes and documentation of her previous calls to check her claim of the said contact a week prior. I later found out that there was none. Instead of adding to the negative emotion, I asked my supervisor if we can somehow let her pay the bills without the reconnection fee and expedite the reconnection since she would need the internet to inform her relatives and friends about her husband's passing. My supervisor agreed to accept the payment without extra charges and process the reinstallation in 24 hours or less. I dispatched the technicians on the same day and set the activation date the following day. The following day, I did the extra mile by calling her back to check if the internet is back. She thankfully confirmed that it was, and she was very grateful for the help. I apologized to her again for the miss and assured her that it will not happen again. That's how you do it, my friends. Again, remember, STAR. AR. Good luck with your job applications and get the job today!